The Crown's Dilemma, a script treatment. The heavy oak doors of the Palacio de la Zarzuela do not merely close, they seal, muffled by centuries of velvet and the weight of a crown that feels heavier with every passing news cycle, as Léonor, Princess of Asturias, stands at the precipice of a future that belongs as much to the Spanish Constitution as it does to her own heartbeat. In the hushed corridors where Goya portraits seem to track every movement with judgmental eyes, the air is thick with the scent of floor wax and the unspoken anxiety of a Bourbon dynasty navigating a democratic age that demands both relatability and an almost supernatural level of perfection. The foreign prince plan is not a whispered rumor but a strategic blueprint, a calculated move to strengthen European alliances through a union that echoes the dynastic maneuvers of the 19th century while being packaged for a 21st century global audience. Léonor, trained from birth to be the embodiment of national unity, finds herself the centerpiece of a geopolitical chessboard where her potential suitors are vetted not just for their lineage, but for their diplomatic utility, their digital footprint, and their ability to withstand the relentless glare of the paparazzi. As she transitions from the rigorous discipline of military academies to the delicate nuance of international relations, the question of succession looms like a silent specter. It is not merely about who follows her, but about the survival of the institution itself in a world that is increasingly skeptical of inherited power. The plan involves a carefully curated shortlist of Europe's remaining bachelor royals and high-born aristocrats, young men who have been educated in the same elite circles, who understand the suffocating privilege of the golden cage, and who can offer the Spanish throne a bridge to the northern monarchies or the Mediterranean power structures. Behind closed doors, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia balance the roles of protective parents and pragmatic sovereigns, knowing that Léonor's choice will either solidify the monarchy for another century or trigger a constitutional debate that could unravel the very fabric of the Spanish state. Every public appearance, every shared glance at a royal wedding, and every strategic leak to the press is a brick in the wall of this grand design, as the princess prepares to step into a role where her heart is a matter of national security and her marriage is the ultimate diplomatic treaty, ensuring that the line of succession remains unbroken and the crown remains relevant in an era of radical change. Key narrative pillars for the script. To help you build toward that 5,000-word goal, we should break the foreign prince plot into these critical acts. Act 1. The strategic necessity. The government and the royal household realize that a domestic match might bring too much political baggage, leading them to look toward a foreign prince to elevate Spain's international standing. Act 2. The education of a queen. Léonor's time in the military and university, showing her internal struggle between her duty to the plan and her own burgeoning identity. Act 3. The introduction. A gala or international summit where the foreign prince is introduced. This isn't just a meeting, it's a high-stakes audition under the eyes of the world's media. Act 4. The constitutional crisis. A faction within the Spanish parliament uses the potential marriage to challenge the laws of succession, forcing Léonor to prove her leadership. Act 5. The choice. Léonor takes control of the narrative, redefining the foreign prince plan on her own terms to ensure the monarchy's future. Would you like me to expand on one of these specific acts, or perhaps generate a detailed dialogue scene between Léonor and King Felipe regarding the foreign prince shortlist?